Hi guys, and welcome to the Aging Games. I want to ask you, are you suspecting that you have a narcissist in your life, or perhaps a covert or vulnerable narcissist that you may not be aware of? Then you really want to stay tuned and watch this video. Now I know you saw that this channel is called the Aging Games, and you're probably wondering what aging has to do with mental health. And it actually has a lot to do with it, because when you're stuck with a partner or in a relationship with someone that is suffering from some of these personality disorders, then that can definitely affect the way that you sleep, the way that you age, your stress levels, and everything. So it's really important. I also have a really big interest in these things. First of all, before I became a naturopath, I was studying psychology, so the human psyche is of great interest to me, always has been, and I spend a lot of time studying these things. So this is why I recently came across podcasts, videos, information about covert narcissists. And we all know about overt narcissists, the grandiose narcissist, the over-the-top person that is so obvious they cannot be overlooked. And we all know people like this. But the covert narcissist is a very sneaky person that I've heard stories where people were married to someone for 20, 30 years without knowing, and they didn't find out until much, much later. So this person is really, really good at keeping the narcissism hidden. And this is why it's called covert narcissism. Often covert narcissism goes hand in hand with the vulnerable narcissist, who is just easily bruised. You need to be walking on eggshells all the time not to offend him, not to hurt his feelings. But let's look at 5 characteristics that will help you recognize the covert narcissist that you may have in your life. And I have encountered this type of personality not once but many times in my life, in the form of friends, relationships, family members. So I do have a bit of experience on this, and I can definitely help guide you guys on what to look out for. And if you see these red flags, then you know it's worth doing some investigation to find out if this is what you're dealing with, because a covert narcissist in your life can easily make you feel like you're crazy and something's wrong with you and you're the one that's sabotaging the relationship, when in fact nothing is further from the truth. So the first thing with covert narcissists is they have like a split personality. In public, they will be a completely different person. So they'll be proving to everyone how much they love you, declare their love for you. If we're talking about a narcissist parent, they're going to be in front of everyone praising their child. Their child is the most amazing child in the world. They will never say anything bad about them. And then as soon as they get home, oh, why did you do that? Why did you look at me that way? Why didn't you get a better grade at school? You could have done what better? Why just a B? Why didn't you get an A? Or in a relationship, oh, my love, my darling, my everything. And then as soon as you get in the car, oh my God, look how you behaved. You were horrible. And so it's this split personality where they have a completely different persona and a different personality that they portray for the outside world, and a totally different one that you get at home when you're alone with your covert narcissist. So this is really important. This is like one of the first signs that you may catch. Another one, the second one that I want to bring to your attention, the covert narcissist, especially in the beginning of the relationship, will just like sweep you off your feet. You're gonna say, nobody has ever loved me like this person loves me. You're gonna be their full-time mission. They're gonna do everything for you. They're gonna lavish you with gifts, with love, with poems, with everything, just to get you into their web. Now, this is going to be very unusual, because this person will want you right away to marry them, to move in with them. They want a serious relationship right away. They will tell you they're in love with you on your first date or the second date. They'll be pushing for sex really quickly. Everything's going to happen really, really quickly. They don't want to give you any time to find out what they're actually all about. So a very common thing you'll hear from people is like, nobody has ever loved me like this person loves me. But also what you will notice with the covert narcissist, while they're lavishing you with gift, they're also doing this for a reason. Like if they give you something, it's not enough to just say, oh, thank you, that's a very nice gift. They literally want you to like bow down and fall in front of them and really appreciate. Like you have to show them how you're just over the moon with this present, and because otherwise you're going to seem like you're ungrateful and unappreciative of of this grand gesture that they brought you flowers. So look out for these signs. This is really important. Now, number 3, a covert narcissist will try to own you and will try to get you away from everyone else around you. And the reason being is because deep down inside they feel very insecure. They don't want to lose you. And they think that anybody else in the relationship will be endangering the relationship. They're very worried about you sharing information with your friends, with your family about the relationship. Everything needs to be a secret and very secretive, because they don't want someone to see through their BS. They don't want someone to call them out on what's happening. They get very, very defensive. And so eventually, slowly, you'll hear that this person is saying bad things about your mom, bad things about your kids, bad things about your friends, and they want to completely control you. They want to completely control and monopolize your time. Every single second they want to spend with you, because they don't trust anyone, and they will not trust you to go out there and not speak about them, not speak about the relationship, not find another man, not cheat on them, not change your mind about loving them. So they figure the only way to control you completely is to keep you close physically and to physically keep you away from everyone else. Now, covert narcissists, this kind of ties in with the previous one, number 4, is they are very envious and jealous of other people. And because of that, they will be putting down other people. They'll be putting down people that could be really important in your life. They could be putting down people that you've been looking up to, that you may have admired. Oh, that person is probably, a gangster or something. That's why they have money. Oh, yeah, he's getting all these women because he's probably doing something or paying for it or something like that. So they have something negative to say about everyone, especially people who are more successful than they are, because they have this lack of self-confidence. Because of that, they will tend to look for the bad qualities in other people or false qualities which only exist in their mind, and they will try to pull them down and bring them down. And by doing that, it's going to make them feel more important. It will make them feel bigger and more successful or richer or more lovable. So look out for this sign, because someone that is always constantly making negative comments about other people, there's something going on in the background, and you could possibly be dealing with a covert narcissist. And the 5th one, and this is I think the most important one. With the covert narcissist, you feel like you are constantly walking on eggshells, because everything could be fine. You're having a beautiful day, a nice thing, and you do one thing wrong, you say one thing wrong, you even look at him the wrong way, and there's this huge explosion. It comes out of nowhere. The person's gonna go crazy, and it's almost like they're waiting for it. They're taunting you, they're provoking you, and they're doing things because they're trying to get a reaction, they're trying to get a rise out of you. But because of this oversensitivity, it makes life living hell for someone living with them, because you don't know what's going to set them off. And it could be the stupidest thing, like, I put this pen over here, but I like it over here. And why did you put that pen there? And they just go crazy. And you're looking at them and you don't understand what's happening. And because they make you feel so crazy for doing these wrong things or going out and doing stuff behind their back, because they're constantly putting the blame on you, after a while what happens with a covert narcissist is you start questioning your own sanity, and you start believing the criticism, and you start feeling like, oh my God, something is wrong with me. I'm doing something wrong. I have to be more patient. I have to learn to handle these things better. I have to control my reactions to his outbursts or his violent outbursts or to his abuse. Something is wrong with me. And the covert narcissist will make you believe that nobody else will ever love you. Nobody else will want you. They're the only ones in the world that will put up with you, that can tolerate your horrible personality, because that's what you will feel like. You will feel like something is definitely wrong with you. I know, I've lived this, so I can totally relate to this. And you start to lose your self-confidence to the point where you end up staying And if you're an empath like me, you will end up not only staying, but you feel like you can fix this person. You can make things better. You know, they just need to be loved. They probably had a really hard childhood. You start making excuses for their behavior. It's like a Stockholm syndrome, you know? You're locked in this prison, but you're making excuses for this person. And, you know, like I said, this could happen 10, 15, 20 years down the line if you don't figure out what's happening. And even if you go for therapy with a covert narcissist, what could happen is the therapist will actually turn on you because they are so good at charming people and putting on this facade and pretending to be someone that they're not. You will go to the psychologist or a therapist, and the therapist will be pointing a finger at you and a lot of times will not be able to diagnose that the issue is actually with your partner or your family member or friend. It could be anyone. But usually when we start looking into this further, it's because of a partner that is potentially abusive, verbally, emotionally. It could also get physically abusive. It's a very, very difficult and dangerous situation. And a lot of experts agree that a covert narcissist can be more dangerous and more sinister. It's like the worst kind of narcissist because it is hidden, and it's you start to question your own sanity, and because of that you might not get help, and you just stay and you put up with it, and you think eventually he will change, he will get better, but he doesn't, and things just get worse and worse and worse. So these are just 5 things that I want to bring up, but there are hundreds of different traits that a covert narcissist or a vulnerable narcissist can portray. And I just wanted you guys to pay attention to these signs, especially if you're meeting a new person, before you get too emotionally involved. If you see these things, especially in the beginning of a relationship, run as fast as you can. If you're realizing that you're in a covert narcissist relationship with someone, and you've been in it for a long time and you're invested, you have children, you have a family, you really love this person, then the only thing that you can really do is try to get professional help for both of you, because it's a very, very difficult situation. And I do feel for you guys, anyone who has to live in this kind of situation. I feel for you, and I hope that you can get help, and you can get help for yourself, and that you can get your own self back, because with people like this, we lose ourselves and we lose who we are. And we give up everything just to please them, and we give up everything just to try to change them and to keep the relationship going, because we believe that's the most important thing. But it's a very, very tricky and difficult situation, guys. If you feel like this video resonated with you and you feel like you're in a relationship with someone like this, then I'd love to hear from you. So please comment below and let me know how you're doing, how you're managing. And if you have any tips for other people and what can be done when you're dealing with a relationship like this. I know it's very difficult if it's, a mother, a father, a child. That's not a relationship that you can easily get out of, obviously, and you don't want to, but there's got to be a way to manage these situations and these people. If you're in a love relationship or a marriage, again, it's a totally different scenario, but I would love to hear some feedback from you guys. If you enjoyed this video and want to know more about aging, anti-aging, like I said, this is not directly related, but it really is. I have videos about Asperger's, for example, because my husband suffers from Asperger's syndrome. I think we have it very well under control. I do, in relation to him and to understanding this condition. I have videos about this as well, so if that's something that you're interested in, do check those out. And guys, I ask you to subscribe and like this video and share it with someone who might be interested and who might be in a relationship with a covert narcissist and they don't even realize it. So maybe share this video with them so they will recognize some of the symptoms. Bless you, my son just sneezed outside. And I wish you guys all a lovely, beautiful, peaceful day.